Oh yeah, oh yeah. Lots of football, lots of money to win, best bets, best props, dog parlays. The road to 10K a day starts right now.
Let's go! This ain't the Fox fight, or this game he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
And we are live. Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Money Pop Podcast, the very best betting gambling podcast on the East Coast, giving you free bets, free pops, props, free parlays, and if you could, because we don't ask for much, we don't drop cash apps, we don't drop Venmos. Hit the damn like button when you come on and subscribe onto the channel. Please hit the like button. It helps us. It helps the show grow. So if you could, we had a record last week, right? We had a record likes because of you guys giving back and helping us out with the show. So hit the damn like button. Looks like that, right? That thumbs up, smash that button. Like I said, it's so important when you guys come on and hit that like button so we can really kick off the show. I am your host, Moss Money. My guy is coming with me. It was a long night last night, man. We had some fun last night with the college pod. So if you don't know about the college podcast, check out the college podcast. We went on another heater, another heater. Each and every week, somebody is hot. And as a group, we even hotter, right? Yesterday was a banger. So if you haven't seen that, and now it comes on Fridays, on Fridays around like I want to say Fridays at 6. It's a recorded show. It's me, my guy B Diddy, and our professional handicapper that joins us, C Sharp. Woo, fire, fire, fire. But we're not talking about today. We're not talking about that show. We're talking about this show. And let's go ahead. Let's get into the plays. Let's get into the football week. I know there's a game on right now with the Vikings and the Saints. The Vikes are up right now. Last time I checked, I think they're up 7-0. So no live plays on that play, but we'll take a look at it and see if we can see anything today. So got to pay some bills, right? The show is brought to you by Fan Up. Fan Up is a great fantasy app that sponsors the show. So if you're into fantasy football, if you're into the DFSs and the DraftKings and the FanDuels, FanUp is a great alternative option. Why? Because on the DraftKings and the FanDuels and all those other options, there's so many bots in these DFS leagues right now that when you go in there, you see one guy with like 50 teams, and it's so hard to compete. Not in FanUp. If you go to FanUp, they don't have and allow for those bots to happen. It gives you at least a fighting chance to win some money. I have played on FanUp, so I definitely would co-sign going to the app, maybe outside of those DraftKings and those FanDuels, because FanUp does give you a great alternative to win some money. So make sure you guys go check out FanUp. It's on all A2D media socials, all in the blogs pinned at the top. So make sure you guys go check those out. All right, let's talk about last week, right? Last week we were let me I got this written down. We had a good day last week. 7-2 last week, right? 7-2, about 55, 56% against the number. But our teasers bet were undefeated last week. We went 3-0 in our teaser bets. So we're going to keep giving away free dreams. We're going to keep giving away props. We're going to bring up the sports book, look at it game by game. You know the flow, you know the concept. Go game by game and see what we like. Go ahead, chime in into the chat. Tell me what plays you like. Tell me what things that you don't like, and then we'll talk about it. That's the key to this, right? That is the super key to this, is that It's not me versus you. It's not me versus your favorite handicapper. It's not versus me versus the the syndicate groups, or the guys that have the whale plays and all this other stuff. It's us versus them. It's us versus the sports books. It's us versus the bookman, aka the boogeyman. It's versus us, Vegas. Let's go. Let's have a day, man. Let's have a day. Let's get this thing started. Let me bring up the book right now, and let's go with the show. All right. Let me see. Where's my book? All right. So we're gonna play. I've been dabbling in Caesars Sportsbook. So I'm gonna go and check out Caesars Sportsbook right now. Let's bring up Caesars and see what we got. All right. So I kind of like I kind of like this look. This look looks nice. I like this look a little bit better. All right. So right now, 7-0 live bet right here. Still in the first. Well, I guess the first quarter's over. Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Minnesota is live betting right now is -7.5. Total is 40.5. I watched a little bit of this first quarter. The Saints don't have none. I thought Kamara was a pretty interesting health scratch for this game. I'm assuming that was some type of disciplinary issue. I mean, I like Dalvin Cook to still score today. I'm not sure what the right now what the Saints have been doing. Let me bring it up real quick about see where they are in this game. But I like Cook to score here. See a little Taysom Hill here. Let me see. Let me bring it up. I got a little fantasy. So right now, Dalton's 2 for 3. We're only 14 yards. He was only thrown to Ingram. Ingram had a screen that was called back that I saw. So looks like a lot of check down. Check down is going to be happening here. Thielen's already up, has 3 catches for 40 yards. I mean, the more that they give more kind of attention to Jefferson, the more Thielen's going to thrive. So Madison's already got a score. Cook's only got 4 yards. He's got 4 rushes for 14 yards. And Cousins already threw a pickle. Let me see what's on the prop bets real quick. Yeah, nothing too much on the prop backs. You can't do any really live prop backs right now. Total points live. This might be something to look at. New Orleans under 17 or 16. And you wish it was 17.5. Vegas is smart. They don't want it at 17.5. I would probably lean to the under here. With New Orleans under here, but nothing in this game live that we can really bet right now. So, all right, let's go to the next game. We got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Houston. The Houston Texans, the Chargers are favored -6. Total is 45.5. We already know the Chargers have been decimated by injury from Herbert, from Allen. Bosa's out 8 to 10 weeks, I saw. So this was a Super Bowl caliber team here that's just got the injury bug. Kind of really just tough, man, just crazy. I don't have anything on this game. I mean, I would think that Eckler would be the main focus here of any plays that I would be looking at here. It doesn't look like I don't think Allen's going again. I thought I saw Keenan Allen was a go today, but it looks like he's going to be out again today. So key up Mike Williams again. But I don't have a play here. I would probably lean Texas on the line. I think the Texans were 6.5. It got down to 5.5, and now it's at 6. So I don't have a play on this game. So this is going to be a pass for me. A lot of teaser bets here too, right, for the Chargers just to win. But I would probably go the other way. I would tease up the Texans. I don't think that Texans have kind of kept games somewhat close and be competitive. So I would look at the Texans, but the Chargers still have a somewhat decent defense. Pass rush takes a hit, but I would lean Texans here. All right, let's go to the game of the day. Your Philadelphia Eagles, Jacksonville Jaguars, the return of Doug Pederson to the link. Jacksonville is traveling to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is favored by -6.5. Total is now 43.5. This total was high in the beginning. This total was almost like 47, 48. It's been getting hammered. It's obviously raining in Philadelphia now. I checked the weather. It's going to be raining in Philadelphia all all day, really. So this is gonna be a messy game. This is my favorite prop bet of the day. My favorite prop bet of the day is I'm going to Jalen Hurts. I think they're gonna have to keep this ball on the ground. I'm going to Jalen Hurts over 49 and a half yards rushing. That is a play for me. Where is it at? Here we go. Eagles. Yeah, 49 and a half yards rushing. He's hit this two out of the last three games. Last game, he didn't have to run as much. But I love this play here. 49 and a half is the total rushing yards. Lock that in for me for the play of the day. It's going to be hard to understand what they can do in the rain. We know they're going to run the ball, and Jalen Hurts is going to be a big part of that run game. No Boston Scott, so it even makes Jalen Hurts rushing up his attempts and his yards even more crucial. I can see a lot of power, and he's been playing smart, right? He's been playing smart with how to get not how to get down, not take big hits, get out of bounds when he can, put his foot in the dirt and get up ground if he can. We won't see too much of that, but I like Jalen Hurts here at 49 and a half to get over his rushing time. Gainwell's kind of interesting too. Gainwell's so low. Wow. I didn't even see that. Hmm. And that brings us to the poll question too. What do you guys think? The Philadelphia Eagles will defeat the Jaguars by 7 points today. Agree or disagree? Rob says no. I'll take the points in the rain. Yeah, that's not a bad. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. I mean the under's been ticking down, but the line hasn't moved. Um, so Vegas no, and it's such a teaser buster, right? Everybody's on there on the teaser side of this play because it's at 6.5. It's right at the number, so you tease the Eagles down just to get them to win. So it's up there for a teaser busters. I just don't think they're good enough. Like I really don't. I just don't think they're good enough. And there's a lot of been concepts about Doug coming back and knowing this roster and knowing how we like he doesn't though. He doesn't know what this Jalen Hurts is. He might know Sanders, maybe Fletch, or Graham and their tendencies, but this roster is completely overhauled to what he had. So um I don't think that I don't think that he knows this roster as much as as we say as the media said that he does. It's a completely different team. We play different. We run 3-4, right? We weren't doing that before. So yeah, I'm not so sure about that. But I was liking the under, but the problem with the under is that it's under the number that we would want. Oh, look, it ticked back up to 44. I wanted that chains in the rain. But I would when this under was at 47 and a half, that was when you should have took it. Once you get to this number like 44, this is when you kind of get into like maybe territory, and you can tell that by the line by -110. But my play today is Jalen Hurts over his rushing yards, and that Gainwell one is interesting as well. So let's see here. But let me know. Agree or disagree with this poll, man. I don't have anytime touchdowns. The rain changes everything for this game, man. It really does. So I'm going with the short thing, and what I think in my head is, and that's Jalen Hurts over his rushing yards. All right, next game: Cleveland Browns at Atlanta. Right now, Cleveland is favorite -1. Total is 47 and a half. I really like Cleveland in this game. I really do. Peterson is hurt. Cordell Patterson, I'm sorry, is hurt, and I'm not sure how much they're going to get out of him from the run game. And without him, kind of keeping them balanced, you have to rely on Mariota, not on his legs and his arms. And I just don't think they have enough. Drake London is a good player, but I like Cleveland. Even with Garrett out, I still like Cleveland. I think that this team is a grind. They're going to keep running, keep running. Brissett doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's more of a game manager. So I think they're going to wait for Atlanta to make the mistakes. And I think they're just going to keep running and running. I do have a play in here, and it is Nick Chubb to score. Touchdown. Got juicy, man. It was at minus 130. So, kind of high right now with that minus 160. I'm not sure if I would lay that, but I really like Nick Chubb to score today. I think he gets in the zone. And I like this. I like the here we go. Ooh, look at that little odds boots. Chubb over 100 yards and a touchdown. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. 2-1. The problem is Hunt, right? Because they're going to go with the hot hand. They're going to feed Chubb. Chubb's going to get 15 to 20 touches, but they're going to still feed Hunt. And if Hunt keeps going, they're going to keep feeding Hunt, right? So, I like. This is not a bad play, but this is a big play for me, man. I like Cleveland here, straight up. Give me Cleveland to win at -1. So when you guys see me start stacking plays here, this doesn't mean I'm going to put them in a parlay or anything like that. These are like my straight plays or plays that I'm going to do today. So right now, I have all three of these plays already locked in on my end. I got this number at minus 115 actually, so it jumped up a lot. So I really, you like that when you see that. And I got Cleveland as well. This line was at -1.5, and then it looks like it dropped down. Count what book you look at, but I got Cleveland winning today for sure. All right, let me go to these comments, man. I see y'all out there, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, if you're just joining right now, we're going game by game, giving you plays after plays after plays. And we don't ask for cash apps. We don't ask for Venmos. And if you've been following and watching the show from the college football podcast to this podcast, you already know what we do, right? So if you're out there, hit that damn like button. I'm telling you, it helps us so much. It helps us grow the show, messing with the algorithm, all that shit on the back. But it does help. So if you don't want to leave a cash, we don't leave cash apps and Venmo. We don't ask for tips, anything. We're just trying to give back and give money. The best thing you can do for us to help us grow is hit that damn like button, man. I appreciate it. Cost you nothing. Rob, you said you hammered the Vikings. That's a good play, man. It's a good play. Good play. Yo, Chuck. What's up, bro? Tom O, man. Good to see you. Good to see you healthy, baby. We'll talk. Uh-oh. Air Force. Sergeant Walker. What's up, baby? What's up, cuz? Should I take weather into consideration and with better? Oh, absolutely. You should take weather into consideration. I don't know. What game was that? It was like, did you see what game was that where it was like 9 turnovers because of the rain? Penn State game. Yeah, the Penn State game, Northwestern. Now that's college, but in NFL, you should definitely take weather into consideration. Now, I don't put that much emphasis on weather as others do, but when it's rain, it's cold and wet, you got to take are these teams, ready for this? Like Florida's going to be okay in the rain. Rain's in Florida, right? So they're not going. They practice in the rain. They know what that kind of elements, right? Same with us. We know what that elements, right, too, is like as well. So there's certain teams that play a little bit better in the weather and what their style is, right? Both teams throw the ball. I think both teams are top 6 in offense efficiency and offensive total yards. So you're gonna have to switch gears and run the ball a little bit more, and that's why I like the Jalen Hurts running because he's going to be a part of the run game. So, but definitely, yeah, you definitely have to take into account the weather considerations for sure. Should be a great game. Jags only give up 55 yards rushing on an average game. Yeah, but you know what? I don't think they've faced a team like us though, bro. Because I'm about to go look at the Jags right now. Saints just got on the board. Chris Overlay with a touchdown. Let me see real quick here, bro. So they faced the Chargers, the Colts, and the Commanders, right? Those are not teams with running dual quarterbacks, So some of them can move, but that's not it. And then they faced the Chargers team where Herbert got hurt, right? So and they blanked on the Colts, and we already know what the Colts are. So I'm not sure about that, bro. Not sure about that. What up, BD? Yeah, I just saw that. TD. Peter, what's up, my guy? It's all good, man. Disagree to the poll. Did you put? See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We can all agree and disagree, but this is a gambling show. If you ain't put money on it, then it don't really matter to me. Did you put money? Did you bet on the Jags, Pete? That's what I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? Chris Carroll disagreed to the poll. Jags and the points. James Robinson anytime is good value. Let me see. Who we faced? The Lions, the Vikes. Who scored on the Vikings? It was a touchdown pass, right? It was Smith. Who scored on the Commanders? Gibson. You might be right there. I think I might like that play. Right. Out of the three games we've given up 4 rushing touchdowns. Obviously 3 against Detroit and then 1 against Washington. Finally got there. So that's not. Let me take a look at those odds, bro. Let me take a look at those odds. See if we like. Let's see if we like that play real quick. Let's go back. This is what we're talking about. Like when people put plays in the chat, gotta respect them. Gotta go back and see if it makes sense. Anytime touchdown score. First time. Can I get an anytime? Okay, here we go. Plus 140. That is really good value. That is really good value, bro. Especially with a running game. He's probably the best running back on the field. I like that. I think that's a good take there. James Robinson. We're probably going to sprinkle some a little bit on there. I like that. Plus 140. Good call. Good call, bro. Good play. Yeah. So shout out to Chris, dropping a nice little gem in the chat. James Robinson, the score in the Eagles Philly game. We all know the weather is going to be a factor. It's going to rain. That's why I'm leaning towards Hurts over on his total yards. But Robinson is the best pure running back on the field, and the Eagles have given up 4 rushing touchdowns this year already. Obviously 3 was a lot in game 1, and then they gave up 1 to Washington as well. So I like that. And you get some good value here at plus 140. How many touchdowns does he have? And he has 3 touchdowns already this year. Has he scored and he scored in every game? You know what I mean? He scored in every game. I really like that. You know what I mean? That's a good play. See? Let's go. Good play, bro. Good play. I like the value there. All right. Let's keep this train moving. Oh, right on time. Talk about the Eagles and Jaguars game. We got the best live better I know. My partner in crime, my degenerate brother. They call him Diddy. What's up, bro?
Good morning.
Morning. How you, man?
Good, bro. A little tired, but
Yeah, no, I know. I got my coffee this morning, man. So we cooking up this morning.
I'm not a caffeine guy, so I don't know what that does.
Bro, I only drink half. But I need a coffee sponsor. So that's why I drink coffee in the morning. We need a coffee sponsor in this bitch. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah. Yo, bro. Real quick. C# hit me up. College pod. Fuck. Excuse my language, but shit. It's getting dangerous on the college pod on Fridays.
For sure.
Oh my God.
One of our biggest plays was Kansas, right?
Yeah, Candace, Duke.
Duke.
I mean, as a team, we did very well.
Yep.
I personally, on the takes that I gave, didn't do so well. But between you and Sharp, I mean, we're talking like almost like 9-1. Like it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Easy money, bro. Easy money. Got to keep that train going. But
yeah, man.
Then last week, me and you together went 3-0 in our teaser plays. So just running down the straight plays right now, just catching you up. I like the over with the rain today with Jalen Hurts over his rushing total. I like Nick Chubb to score today. I got this line at minus 115. It's already, it's got up to 160. I like Cleveland today. I really do like Cleveland today against Atlanta. And then Chris just dropped a nice gem in the chat with James Robinson to score. He scored in 3 games already. In every game this year already, and the Eagles have given up 4 touchdowns in the last 3. I think it's a great value play here at plus 140 with James Robinson to score today. Best pure running back on the field today.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be heavy on the run. The weather out here is gonna be pretty nasty. So yeah, I think it's gonna be heavy on the run. Ball security is gonna be key in this game for sure.
Yeah, the total has dropped down. I'm thinking it opened at like 47.5. I believe now it's at 44, I think. So it's getting hammered, dropping down as we speak. So um yeah, I didn't know if you had any plays on the first couple games so far using Caesar Sportsbook right now. Obviously tie ball game with the Vikes and Saints. Just got to the Jags and Eagles. Was about to move on to the Jets and the Steelers, but didn't know if you had
Yeah,
any plays in that.
I just think this week is gonna be a real it's a really funny card. So just kind of tread carefully as you go put your bets in. It's gonna be a few tight games, I think, a few upsets, I believe, this week. So just be mindful of that. The weather, the hurricane coming up, a little changing in people's preparation for the week. A couple injuries on the list. So just a little, it's going to be a little shaky, I think, when I look at these lines and started reading some of these teams and where they're playing at. And so just be mindful of that. As far as the Cleveland game in Atlanta, it is minus what, 1.5 as of now.
It
Um,
was on Caesars. It's one. I did see it in certain spots at 1.5 in Cleveland, and actually, it's not on the board no more.
yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it here at 1.5.
Oh, one. Yeah, I don't know how I get so far down here.
Caesar's got it at 1.
Yeah,
FanDuel got it at 1.5.
that's weird.
It's a little scary for me that that line has moved. I think it opened up in certain books at 3 or 2.5, 3.
Mhm.
That line isn't moving in the favor of Cleveland. I do like Cleveland here, but like I said from the get go, I think it's going to be a little funky week this week.
Okay.
So no, for here, I would lean Cleveland because I think they're the better team, solid. Um, but um, yeah, for
Yeah,
me, it'll be a lean.
I don't know how I got all the way down to Cleveland because I was here, and then it's like the line. It's like they shifted the games for some particular reason. I'm not sure why. But I don't because the next game is the Jets and Steelers, but I don't know. All right, it's weird how that just happened. But let's keep the
Well,
train moving.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, I guess you're a little off on the number of what game you are in.
yeah, I don't know why that did how that did that. But all right.
Mhm.
We got the New York Jets at the Philadelphia at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are actually favorite -3. That line was at 3.5. It might be still 3.5 out of the books. Total is 41.5. Wilson is playing for the Jets, but I don't know if that really changes anything for me. This is just a no play for me. I would probably lean Jets here and maybe to win outright. I don't know what the weather is like in Pittsburgh at
Mhm.
the moment. Um, but I would lean Jets. There's some interesting things happening with Pittsburgh, with them sticking with Trubisky and kind of looking at going on it like a hurry up, where it seems like he's a little bit more comfortable and moving the offense. I don't know what Wilson gives you here from the Jets. Um, so this is no play for me.
Yeah, as far as the side here, two teams are kind of lost, especially at the quarterback position. Zach Wilson coming off that injury. Um, I don't have a play here also as far as on the side. One thing I would say is a prop possibly you want to look at Brees Hall um, over 60.5 yards rushing.
Bryce
Uh,
Hall.
Bryce Hall, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So I think he's like averaging 5.3 yards per carry. He's also contributing to the passing game too. But I
What was
think
the what was the prop?
it's Bryce Hall's over 60.5 total yards.
Oh,
Total.
total yards. Okay.
Sorry, total yards.
Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go. 60.5. Yep. Pays a little juicy.
yeah. It's a little juicy. What you got it at?
It's at -129 on Caesars.
Yeah, I mean that's about right. I saw it at 115, but that was a little bit earlier. I would say that's a good play there. I think one, he's been contributing in the passing game. I
Hmm.
think 13 catches for 100 yards at the same time. He's averaging 5.3 yards per carry. So I like that play, especially with the weather here, a little sloppy. They're gonna probably try to ease Zach Wilson in here, so probably a couple little shorter passes. Um, so yeah, I think that was the best play. I don't have a side on this one though.
Is that a play you're playing? Are you on?
It's prop plays. I sprinkle here and there. That'll be one of my prop plays I will be playing.
Okay. No, so I'll add it to the list here. Yeah, that
It's
is low.
nothing big, just a little sprinkle.
Yeah, that does seem low. 60 and a half.
Hmm.
That does seem low.
Especially
I
on a day
thought
like this.
I thought the Corey Davis receptions were low, like 2.5 receptions. Like,
Yeah, because I don't think they know what they're gonna get out of Zach first. That's the thing. How healthy is he?
yeah,
Still his defense. They can harass the quarterback. So
actually, no, he's only had 2 receptions in the last 2 games, so I guess
mhm.
that is warranted. All right, cool. Yeah, I like that play. I like the over 30. Looking
I
trying to
mean
see.
that total, the game total. I'm gonna put him in a 3-team teaser for sure for the under.
Yeah.
So if we want to put that in there, write that in there. Team total under. I believe it'll be what 51, 10 point.
Oh, okay. You teasing up the let me write that down. Because
Hmm.
that's part of the tease. They don't I'm not sure if Caesars does 10-point teasers. I know a couple of the other ones do. But all right, so this is the first leg of a 10-point teaser, right?
Yes.
And that's the under Jets, Pittsburgh,
So it
50.
should be like 51 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, 51 and a half. That's what the total says. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bet. All right. All right, let's go to the next game. Buffalo and the Ravens. The Buffalo is favorite -3, coming off the heartbreaking loss to the Dolphins. Total is total is over under 50. Money line -170. I know sharps are on the Ravens. Believe it or not, they like the
Mm-hmm.
home dog here. I know Davis is playing for Buffalo. Trying to think who else was nicked up that's playing. Obviously, both those safeties I think are still out. There was somebody else that made sense that was important that's playing for Buffalo as well. I forget who it is off the top of my head.
Yeah, I believe they got a lot of people coming back
Yeah, I
for
think they got a
sure.
lot of people coming back. But I don't have a side on this one. I don't I'm assuming that the weather's going to be up in Baltimore and going to be a little bit messy as well, and a little bit rainy as well.
Hmm.
So I don't have a side for this one. This one would be a fun one to watch with Allen going against Lamar. But Lamar wants to submit himself as an MVP candidate, even though he already has. He's a former MVP, but just to even submit himself more as being the lead favorite on the MVP, got to get this game. Got to win this game. And let's not forget, y'all. I don't know if you ever watched the show. I'll put a link down at the bottom here. We had Baltimore as our sleeper AFC team, and we had a dark horse bet on Lamar winning MVP. And I was at what was that, like 18, 17 to 1. He's
Hmm.
now down to like 4 or 5 to 1. So it's not. I'm not saying it's going to win, but we're on the right side of the value of the train that is Lamar Jackson. But I don't really have a play here. I'm assuming J.K. Dobbins should be kind of getting back um, in shape here. Maybe some Stephon Diggs here, but 50 points going to be a lot of scoring. So you got to find someone who's going to score here, and I would lean to you know Diggs to score, Mark Andrews to have a big day. A lot of offense. You can see a lot of stacks in DFS out of this game. So, but I don't have a play here.
Yeah, man. So I got to lean on the Buffalo Bills here. I'm just trying to figure out how to put them in there. That line is at 3 right now.
Yeah.
Um, I think Baltimore's defense has been abysmal for the most part of this year. They're just allowing uh, passing yards all over the field. I think I want to say over 300 yards per game. The Ravens are averaging 380 and averaging 33 points per game. We already know that Josh Allen can move the ball. He's very capable of making that move. I think last week was just it was a bad matchup at that time. 100-degree weather in Miami. We
Okay.
we've said on this show before, it's very hard to play in Miami, especially early on in the season. I think that played a big factor in their loss. against Miami last week. The O line, the D line was on one knee trying to figure it out. It was
Mhm.
so hot. So I think this week Baltimore's in for a challenge here. Um, so I'm looking here to lean strong on Buffalo. Most likely will be a play by the time that show is over.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So uh, the the safety Poyer is iffy for today. Uh, well, they just signed Xavier Rhodes, so that means I guess it's the corners for Buffalo are still hurt. Ed Oliver is questionable. I think Knox is going to play. I think he was banged up. And on Baltimore, Houston, not sure has he been anything for them this year, but he is out. I know they got JPP back there. Um, Other than that, it looks like Baltimore is getting some health back, and it
Well, I
looks
thought
like
they had some issues
Ronnie
on the
Stanley,
O line for them. I know they
yeah,
had some.
Ronnie Stanley is back too.
Okay,
You know,
so
the one thing I'm looking here that just kind of popped up um, on here is that Bateman over receptions.
I love it. That's actually one of my props I do like.
Yeah, that
So
three and a
yeah, you
half.
can jot that down.
Yeah, that 3.5 seems low, especially on a game where it's going to be a lot of passing and scoring. I feel like I like this play. I
But
didn't.
it's not even that one. I like the Bateman over 49.5 receiving yards. I would go with that more. He's been their flyby guy. And
Uh,
yeah, so I mean, we all know that Mark Andrews has been targeted. But this
Except
matchup,
49. They got at 46 here. That's
it's
even better.
46 over 40. Yeah, probably because of weather. Yeah, we're looking at bad weather. But
He's
I
hit
think
this.
we're still going. They're still going to take their shots.
Yeah, he's hit this in every game. I like this play. Mm,
Yep.
yeah, I like this play. All right, bet.
hmm I mean, number one, Bateman leads the league in catches and receptions, um, which is surprising. Um, and with the linebacker ability, although Buffalo has a great defense, I just think Matt Milano, he's gonna have some issues with Bateman.
Yeah, yeah. I really like that play.
hmm
I wish I could. I wish I could push these plays up. You know what I mean? To give you a sense of where we how where we rank them in the plays. But I really like that play. I'm on that play as well. All right, next game. Chicago Bears going to New York. New York is actually favorite -3 in this bum game. Over 38.5. Um, I have no lean here. I know Montgomery's out for Chicago, so that hurts them even more. Even though a lot of people are on, I think it was his name Herbert, the backup running back for
hmm
Chicago. Um, I would lean Giants, and I would lean. It's going to be a rainy game up there too as well. I was kind of on Saquon here to score a touchdown, but knowing that it's going to be a rainy game, kind of messy game, I would actually put this in your other teaser leg. That's one of your other teaser legs as a 10-point tease and teasing
Under.
this total up to 48.5. There's no way they get there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, can you believe it? Like almost history's been made with the prop bet of Justin Fields set at over and under 141 passing yards. It's just
Unbelievable.
ridiculous what they're doing to him in Chicago. I don't understand it, but he hasn't. I think he has a total amount of not even 300 yards passing in 3 games. Explain that to me.
Unbelievable.
And but they got 2 wins. Are they 2-0
They're two. I mean,
or
they got
two and
that
one?
that
San
obviously
Fran
that,
game.
that wake up win in with the Niners, right? Game
hmm
one. So yeah, no, they
Yeah,
are.
this is gonna be a messy game. I'm not sure which way I would lean or not. I guess I'll lean to the home team here with the Giants. You never know what you'll get out of Daniel Jones. The best thing is that I do like a prop bet here, and that's Barkley's over rushing yards. So I think he's there's nobody splitting carries with him in this backfield. And then the second thing is the Bears are terrible with stopping the run. They've allowed over 157 yards rushing per game in the last 3 games, which is pretty much the bottom of the barrel. And I like Barkley to get a big handful, especially with the rain coming in this way. So I'll take
Yeah, that's why
Barkley
I
and
like
chance
that's why I
that.
like Barkley to score a touchdown, but with the rain, I kind of laid off it. But I completely agree with you here. I think it's going to be the Saquon Barkley show. It's just that hopefully we get the Barkley we've seen the last couple of weeks to show up. I actually was leaning towards his total rushing and receiving at over
hmm
112. He's going to Daniel Jones. check down all day, right?
Yeah.
check down. He's not throwing it down the field. He's checking down the Barkley. I think Barkley hits and get over his 80, right? His 80 yards, and then he'll get a couple more from receiving. He probably goes over 100 yards today, though. Wouldn't surprise me.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like his rushing yards though here today
Yeah.
in this situation.
Yep. Agreed. All right. Next game. We have the Washington Commanders at Dallas. Big old NFC rivalry matchup. Dallas is favorite -3. Total is 41.5. I'm sorry, 41. Again, I don't really have a play on this one. I know Michael Gallup is back for Dallas. I would probably lean Dallas here. I think this defense is going to eat up Washington just like we kind of did. I don't know how they're going to fix those issues over in Washington with that offensive line. I think Dallas defense wins this. Dallas's defense is going to win this game. Keep Washington in check. I like Dallas here. Not betting the side, but I would lean Dallas here.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really like Dallas tonight. Dallas is gonna be on all my teasers today. I just think one
Makes sense.
offensively they have a lot of firepower on the outside, obviously a lot of speed. Um, you got a dual running threat in the backfield. Offensive line is pretty tight. Um, and we've seen Washington pretty much collapse last week for the most part. Couldn't giving up 9 sacks. And then they got the Dallas defense coming in their way, and we know how strong that Dallas defense is. Pretty much the Dallas defense is going to keep them in a lot of games. So for me, although historically Carson Wentz has played well against Dallas, I think Cooper Rush is what 3-0, baby.
Yeah.
So in that case,
The battle of the gingers.
yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
That's a good take there. But I think I would stay with Dallas. I like the line there. If you want to get a buy half a point, I think they hold off pretty strong here. Probably like a 24-13 game I'm looking at. I know
24 like 17.
24 more at 20 matter of fact 24-13. I think that's gonna be the
24-13.
final.
That's that sounds
24-13.
like an NFC East matchup too,
Mhm.
right? That sounds like an
Mhm.
NFC game too, right?
Yep.
So no, I completely agree. I like Dallas. I do like Dallas here. I would put them in teasers as well, get them through the number,
Mhm.
especially 3 or 3.5. And and I was just thinking here. I'm going to look at it real quick. Was where's he at? Rushing Pollard's rushing yards. Like he. I mean, they're going to feed Zeke, but he's the one who's going to really put up the numbers, in my opinion.
Yeah, he gets a lot of the big burst yards for the
Yeah, like
big play
he
yards.
yeah, right. So I would be looking at him and his over at 42.5. That's probably still pretty
What's
low.
his total yards?
Yeah, let me go down there.
I like him more on the total side.
60.5.
Yeah, I would go over totals. I haven't looked at his stats though, but
Yeah, I'm bringing it up now myself because I'm not 100% sure, especially with I think Schultz is out too.
mhm.
So even more makes sense to even more check down a little bit. Let me see. He had 100 yards last game. He had 94 against Cincy. Didn't really do much against Tampa. But the last 2 games he's had over 100 yards total yards.
Yeah, look at that. That's a 40-yard difference.
That's a
I
huge.
like I like him. I like him because he gets a lot of big plays.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm gonna add.
that
I just added Zeke. I don't mean to add Zeke. I like this play. I like this play a lot. All right. And don't worry, y'all. At the end, we'll siphon through some of these plays. Some of these plays I already have locked in, but I'm seeing some value here in other plays as we go through the list. So we'll make sure we'll go back and kind of filter through some of those just to give you just at the end just to give you the plays like at the end of the day like you telling me a lot of likes and leans Nate but I just give me the play like what are you putting the money on.
I think. Well, I mean, I said the play. The play would be buy half a point on Dallas, take Dallas to 2.5, so you don't worry about the 3. I think,
Yep.
like I said, the score is going to be 24-13 Dallas. It's going to be tough for Washington to score here with that defensive line, that defense, and with Washington having one of the worst offensive lines in football. I just think it's going to be a pretty tough sledding for Carson Wentz to score.
Agreed.
And also put them in all your teasers. That's the play.
So do a little buy point there at 2.5 minus 130.
If
You'll play.
Dallas loses to Washington,
Oh, Dak is playing next week. I'll tell you that. If
yeah,
they
and
lose to Washington, Dak is playing. I think against the Rams. I think they said he was eyeing up. He is playing if they lose to Washington. I'm telling you
yeah,
that right now. He is. He will
I
be on
think
the
I
field.
think the gods want Cooper Rush to go 4-0 to cause controversy in Dallas.
Facts.
It's going to come down to that for sure.
Yeah. All right. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are now favored minus 3.5. Total is 43. I like Tennessee in this game. I don't believe in the Colts. It was a must-win game last week. They gave it all the effort that they had to beat the Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs had some miscues in that game. I actually didn't watch the game, but looking at the highlights and looking at some of the things that I read, there were some miscues here. But I do like the Tennessee Titans here. I do have one side in this game that I did take already, and that's over for Pittman and his receiving yards. He is clearly cut the number one receiver in this offense. Matt Ryan leans on him a lot, and I think this is still low with his. Here's the player props. Where's the receiving? I think this line is still very low for him for an offense that really doesn't have much receiving outside of him. So I like Pittman over his 69.5 yards. He was on injury last. He came back from an injury and he still got over 70 yards. Very high volume guy here, and Michael Pittman Jr. People are looking him as a bona fide number one receiver, and I think this line is way too low. Give me Michael Pittman Jr. over 69.5 yards receiving.
Yeah, man, this is one of them games I don't really have too much on. I know Indianapolis gets a little more healthier on defense. I know Leonard's back.
When he's playing, yeah.
So that just adds to the NFL, one of the NFL's top defenses against the rush. So that doesn't bode well for Tennessee here. Um, you have a stout defense that plays well against the rush. Tennessee relies heavy on the rush. That's going to be a problem for them if they force the ball for Ryan Tannehill to start passing the ball. We know how bad that can get. So yeah, this I don't really have a play on the side because I don't trust neither of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to jump on any wagon because Indianapolis beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That was Kansas
Right.
City
Yeah.
Chiefs losing that game, and so happened to have a lot of things run their way in the last 8 minutes of that game. So, but I will say maybe I might lean team totals under for Tennessee here. I don't know if they've reached that 20 point mark, especially the way this Indianapolis defense is. So that would be more of a play on a team total for Tennessee's under here.
Yeah. Nothing official though.
Nothing official, but I will be definitely taking a closer eye on that.
Yeah.
I mean, with the total line, we're indoor in Indianapolis, and that total line is 42.5, and
Mm-hmm.
it dropped from 44, opened at 44 to now 42. Well, I don't think Tennessee is going to be putting up over 20 points.
I like it. I like the take there. I like the take. All right. We talked about Cleveland, Atlanta. I don't think nothing to add here. So I think we'll keep it moving. I do like Cleveland here, on the side here, but nothing to really add on this play. All right, next game. Seattle traveling Detroit. Detroit is favored by minus 3.5. Totals 40.5. Detroit is decimated. Brown's out. Swift's out. Who else is out? There's another guy that's out too. It's like the backup. It's just really Williams, and there's gonna be a lot of Williams props, a lot of Williams score touchdowns. But that's Detroit's MO, right? They're gonna smash in your face type game. They're gonna feed Williams. A lot of controversy here, man. I'm not like I know Seattle's really bad, but you know, Detroit is hurt. I think Reynolds, DJ Clark is out. You know, like, you know, three of their kind of top receiving producers, offensive producers are out. And this line and this total is high. And the number still leans Detroit. So I don't really have a play on this game at all. Um, Not sure what to think of what Vegas is seeing with all those stars out and all those players out that Detroit is still, pretty heavily. I would think pretty heavily favored, even with all those injuries here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I already locked Detroit in here early this week. I got them in a couple of my teasers to close out a couple things. This is before all the news with the injury report, so it doesn't make my pick. I don't have any more confidence in my pick anymore on that because of the injury news. I think it was at -6. I thought this was a good spot for Detroit at home to get a good win. I think
Yeah,
they still will, but it opened at 6. So I mean, I don't know that Vegas necessarily feels super confident in them, but it opened up at 6. So how far are you going to let it drop? You know what I mean? You're not going to swing it all the way to the other side. So now you drop it 3 points and almost make it a neutral game, home field advantage, 3.5. I think the better team though here is Detroit.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
Yeah,
I think they're coached well. Obviously, Seattle's coached well, but believe it or not, man, Geno Smith has been for a Geno Smith type player. He's been playing at his elite level for Geno Smith. Um, I
yeah.
think I was just looking at the stats earlier. I think he's have like almost like 80 passing rating, um, 4 touchdowns, two interceptions.
He's been rarely efficient.
Right, he's looked really, really good. Um, I just think the better team still wins here, and I'm also praying that they do. But I got Detroit pretty much to win anyway. So all I need is a win here, Detroit. Right now, at this moment, with all the injury news, I don't have a
Yeah.
play if I was to give to you guys, but they are in my plays as far as my closing teasers.
So shout out to Nick. I like Rashard Penny anytime TD, great value. Lions give up 7 runs touchdown this year, and also sprinkle some David Njoku over 37 receiving yards. Falcons fourth worst against tight ends. Um,
I
yeah, I
could,
think that's pretty good value. Those are pretty good takes. I like the second one, David Njoku. It seems like he is the second option in that Cleveland passing attack. Excuse me. Did I?
bless
Damn. I tried to turn off the mic before I sneezed. My bad. Um, so I like that second one a little bit more. Um, I'm not going to put any money on it, but I like the takes though. I do like the plays. I have some other plays more value, but I think that's a nice gem there for David Njoku to get over his 37 receiving yards. Good call. Don, what's up, bro? What it do, baby? Going back to Eagles. Eagles under, lock it up. Eh, I hear you.
you.
I hear you. Bobby Stevens. Anytime scorer Williams and Penny, these two rushing dudes are the worst three in the NFC. The game flow dictates what you're saying, right? It's just that I don't like when there's a lot of public money on certain plays. Everybody and their mom knows how bad Detroit's banged up, and everybody knows Williams is going to get the ball. So, is it me overthinking it? Maybe, but Vegas is not going to have that much liability out there. Like this, you know what I mean? Like I don't even know what the juice is on Williams scoring. Let's just look real quick while we're
And
on.
I wouldn't even look too crazy in just Williams.
So he's minus, he's minus 125 to score, and the closest next line is Reynolds, who is
Right.
still questionable at plus 155. Um, like some of these other players, I'm not even sure. Like, obviously we know who Hawkinson is
What's Reynolds? What's Reynolds? Does he have a line up there?
for
Yards at all?
yards. I don't even know if he's playing yet. They haven't announced. He's still questionable.
Is he? I don't have an injury report on me on him.
I thought he was questionable with an ankle injury. So receiving yards, Reynolds is 53 and a half.
For
Kind of like
receiving yards?
yeah, receiving yards. You're talking about Josh Reynolds, right?
No, Craig Reynolds, the
Oh,
running
Craig,
back.
the running back
Sorry, the
for
running back
receiving or rushing.
for yeah, both.
Oh, okay. So
What's his rushing?
rushing, he's 27 and a half.
Yeah, I love that. I love Craig Reynolds there for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know who he is, but I'm assuming like has he played at all?
Well, Craig Reynolds, Reynolds is a local kid. Craig Reynolds went to Abington.
Oh wow. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, he went to Abington and played at Kutztown. Um,
Okay.
kind of took the long route to the NFL. God bless him. That's a rough path, but he's there now, and he's going to be in. He's made his
Shout out
spells
to
all
Willow
across the
Grove,
league.
Willow Grove kid.
He said, "Yeah." hmm But I think with Swift out, he's going to get some more play.
For
And
sure.
I will look at. So let me look at his numbers here.
So
So with him being the third back, he's in each game he's rushed for 13 yards, where am I looking at? Yeah, 13 yards, 16 yards, and 31 yards. That's with DeAndre Swift in the ball game
and Williams.
and Williams.
Yeah.
So now it's Williams and Greg Reynolds, and they like Craig Reynolds, which is one of the reasons they kept Craig Reynolds. He was one of their last players they put on the roster because of he's the guy that everybody loves, almost like the glue guy. So I would look at that total rushing right there. I think that could be really a lock, to tell you the truth. Matter of fact, I'm putting it in for a unit for sure.
Okay.
That's what was it, 26?
27.
I mean, I just gave you numbers here, and he's a third back. He's been in the teens and went over that number. Williams can't get all the carries.
No, yeah, this is just rushing though. This is not total.
Rushing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
talking. Yeah, I'm saying rushing yards with three running backs in that Detroit Lions offense.
And to go with the gem that who was it? Bobby just said 2 rushing defenses are worst. 3. And
Hello,
that's it.
hello. What's the Herm Edwards? Hello. Is that it or is it Tony Dungy? One of them.
We play to win the game.
Right there it is. Cookstown Pride. How about that?
Yeah,
And let's go with Craig Reynolds today. Total
Cookstown.
rushing.
I'm on it
Total
just
rushing over.
because he's a local kid, right? Cookstown. We're gonna put a unit on that.
Mm-hmm.
Might even put a little bit more.
Abington Galloping Ghost. the Galloping Ghost.
Yeah. Like Craig. Everybody's on the Craig. Hey, if y'all on the Craig chain, we on the Craig chain.
I like Craig. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Let's go, Craig.
Down. I like that for you.
Let's go, Craig. What's Craig to score?
Nah, see now. See, here you go.
No, I'm tripping.
Here you go. We got to giving little jewels, and you want to go ahead and.
I just want to say he's like 2 to 1 though.
I mean, I think he get. I think he get in there.
Low
He's going to get the opportunity. That's for sure.
For sure.
If he's averaging 6 carries a game, around 6 carries a game with 3 running backs, I think it goes up to about 10.
Let's go, Craig.
10 to 12.
All right. Craig might get in there. He can, because Williams might get him down there. Williams might get tired. Like, yo, give it to Craig.
Oh, man, here we go. Let's go get that money, man. Over 26 and a half, man. Go get your money.
All right. So where we at here? See, they switched it up. You see how this? Like, look, we were all like they switched up how the games are formatted.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did this. Look how far the Eagles are. We did them. All right. Arizona going to Carolina. Carolina is favored by -1. Total is 43.5. From what I've seen, CMC is going to likely play this game. He hasn't really been a big factor. But I don't trust any one of these teams. I'll actually lean Arizona to win outright. I think they're just an overall better team. I thought Baker going to Carolina would have been a good move, but it's not looking like it has been. So I would actually lean to Arizona. West Coast traveling east. I don't know what it's probably going to rain in Carolina, right? Carolina's raining down there.
I don't know if they're done yet. They might be done with the rain and stuff. I think that the hurricane kind of went through them already.
Okay. So, but I would lean Arizona here. This is still a stay away, no play for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you here. It's a lean for me for Arizona. Obviously Arizona's been a big disappointment. I'm really not a fan of Murray. I know he's gifted. He's very talented as far as an athlete. He just plays too much backyard football for me. He looks like he panics a lot, and it's always been that way. So I'm not really confident in him. I know he's really bad without DeAndre Hopkins to help him out. At the same time, I think they're hurt defensively, and then also I believe Connor's been hobbled too. But at the same time, Baker Mayfield ain't the answer. So I'll
He's
take the
not.
more athletic team here, more aggressive team in Arizona here. I'll probably also look at Baker Mayfield's under passing yards. That's one of my plays a
That's a
little
good
bit.
gym.
I've been leaning on is Baker Mayfield's under.
That's a good gym right there.
Mhm.
Y'all been watching the Vikings Saints game right now? No, I'll look at some of the highlights because I got some fantasy guys on the Vikings, but other than that, no, not really. Um, it looks like a slow ass game, 13-7. Somehow the Saints are still hanging around with Andy Dalton with 53 yards of passing. Like, and he's only down a touchdown. Like, is going on, man? All
I
right,
didn't even
next.
know Andy Dalton was playing today.
Yeah, yeah. And Kamara was a health scratch, too.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that was some type of disciplinary action or something. Or, I mean, I feel like he's played in London before, so I don't think it's like a, you know,
Oh my God, I got Michael Thomas out there playing on my fantasy.
ooh, you gotta be on top of that, brother.
Son of a bitch.
We got the New England Patriots going at Green Bay. Brian Hoyer getting the start. Green Bay is favored by 9.5. Total is 40. I'm assuming this is going to round out your teaser leg.
Green Bay?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I knew it.
I mean, Hoyer can play. I mean, I just haven't seen him play in a long time. But
Right.
but I mean, what I've known of him, he can play. I think time is, you know what I mean? But I think Green Bay's defense is going to be super aggressive
Good
here.
job, buddy. Good job. He said, I just haven't seen this motherfucker play in like years.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think Green Bay, I think Aaron Rodgers is
And
catching a little
Lambo
bit of
too.
confidence
Come on.
in Lambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Aaron's getting a little bit more confidence in his receiving core. I like that Dobbs. Isn't Dobbs there or something like
Yeah.
that?
Dobbs.
I
Yeah.
really like Dobbs over receptions here. I think um
His receiving yards.
receiving yards. Aaron
Yes, sir.
Aaron is starting to feel a little confident in Dobbs, which
Yeah.
is he's earned it. So I
Yes.
like that there. And then, like you said, Green Bay will be closing out a lot of my teaser legs there for sure.
Oh,
I don't know about them outright to be even been scoring like that, but New England would be probably a good lean at +9,
they are
possibly. But
possibly.
I don't care.
I
We're
actually
gonna
think Hoyer might be better than uh what's his name? Matt.
Mark.
What's his last name? Barkley.
Oh, Matt Barkley.
Yeah, as just a running of the offense and a thrower because he's been in New England for a while. I feel
Matt Barkley.
no Hoyer.
Oh, Hoyer. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's been in New England. Oh, before the stink that he is at now. So I
God
think
damn, bro.
I'll think that he'll be comparable. Like I don't think it's really a big downgrade. Like if Barkley was here, the line would still be 9.5, in my opinion. So but let's look at those receiving yards. Because I got him on my fantasy 43.5. What did he have? What did he have last week? Even Lazar is low. Yeah, he had 8 catches for 73 yards against Tampa and a touch.
Who's this?
Dobbs.
Oh, I mean, like I said, that's you can mark that down for me, Romeo Dobbs, for sure.
And then
Um,
he had obviously the big some drops in the Minnesota game. Then they really go back to him, and then I think Lazar is low too, though. Like he's their red zone threat. I would like Lazar to score here. He scored in his first 2 games already, but that's a kind of crapshoot there. It's getting lucky.
I mean, maybe you want to look at
I just want to see what his yeah. No more than Craig, right?
yeah, and then you can possibly look at the rushing. I know Patriots rush defense has been, I want to say, in the bottom 25th. So you can look at some of the AJ Dillon or Aaron Jones's rushing
Yeah.
yards here.
I like Jones's receiving too. He gets some.
You love Jones receiving yards, boy.
I do. I do.
He ain't help you last week.
It did not. It was high last week. It was 31.5, I think, and he got 30. That's the only thing about these props, man. Actually, no, it was 11 last week. My bad. Because I knew they wouldn't be able to run the ball that much on Tampa, so I thought that he would get get some receptions out the backfield. He did. It just didn't go anywhere. Should have knew better with that one. All right. Ooh, did I go back too far?
Damn,
I
I
think
didn't
we're on
even.
the night game.
If I'd have known that, I'm tripping.
Giving up money, bro.
Yeah, because I could have threw Minnesota in a couple teasers too. I was like, but okay.
All right, let's see where we at here. I think we at the end here. I think
We're
we
getting
at
close.
getting
I think
close.
got two
Oh
games,
no,
right?
no, we got 3 games. Here we go.
3 games.
All right, Denver Broncos going to Vegas. Vegas is favorite -2.5. Total is 45.5. I'm on Vegas here, man. I don't see them going 4-0. I mean 0-4.
That's how we lead. We lead with the 0-4.
Yeah, I know that's how we're leading, man. It seems like a small trap game. Just the way Denver's looked so far. But I don't see this Vegas team going 0-4. The line kind of tells me it's a small trap game too. Um, because with Denver, being right under that key 3, but I mean, it's a really misleading 2-1 Denver team. They face Seattle, the Texans, and the Niners. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
really misleading 2-1 team, and they barely beat the Niners too. Right? They lost the Seattle Super Bowl matchup, right? 17-1. I mean 17-16. Then they barely beat the Texans, right? And then they barely beat the Niners. And now I get a all-in effort here for the Raiders not to go down 0-4. I mean, give me the Raiders, man. I like the Raiders. I like the Raiders in this game to get it done. They're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Raiders should win this game. They're at home. The back's against the wall. 0-4 is lurking. Um, Denver's looked shitty offensively. Well, yeah, they've looked shitty
What do
offensively.
you mean? Yeah, well, they
Because
look.
it's weird. It's like they can for certain games they can move the ball. They're just not scoring. It's like weird. I'm wondering when Russell will start to take leadership in this offense and stop looking over at the coach like he's a fucking eighth grader. It's just a weird when I watch it closely because Russell's one of my quarterbacks in the league
Yeah,
in my fantasy, and I've watched him play. He's like he's looking over at coach, just trying to give enough respect and not trying to do. You know what I mean? It just seems like he's like being a yes man, and it's hurting the team. But at the same time, they're 2-1,
yeah, but
and
they're 2-1 against the bottom third of the league.
I mean, 2-1 is 2-1, man. 2-1 is 2-1.
Really? That's what we're gonna say
Listen, the
about the
game they
Seahawks,
won last week,
Texans, and
that
the
night
Niners?
game, that 14-11, whatever that was, that they're finding ways to win.
Ugh.
If I was a fan of Denver, I'll be pissed off my team offensively that the boos are coming down because it just looks weird to me. But at the same time, I think the defense is tough. I think their defense is tough for sure. So
Yeah, for sure.
they're going to give Carr some issues, but I'm with you though. I think Vegas should win here
I'm on
because
the
of
Raiders. I think that this is a must win game because I'm looking at the look ahead. They have the Chiefs at the Chiefs right next game. So if they lose this
it
game,
ain't no look ahead for Vegas. They got to win.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like if like they're gonna face their full division within the first 5 weeks of the NFL. You cannot go into KC 0-4 and 0-2 in a division, in your own division. You might as well, it's done. You might as well pack it up. Pack it up. So this is a must win game for Vegas. So I'm backing the must win game for
Okay,
Vegas.
I respect that. I don't have a play on it.
All right.
Vegas got to show me a little more. And
Shit.
Denver,
Denver got to.
I think Denver will wake up, but who knows?
Yeah, that is always the fear, and I think that's why that line is here. That's why I said this is a possible kind of trap game
Right.
for
I feel
them.
like I feel like Russell's lost his juice a little bit. It's
But
just
that's what
crazy.
I'm seeing too. But he could always wake up, and
He
this
can
could be
always
the
wake
team
up. He
wake
woke
up.
up on that last drive, and that was the Russ that we kind of know more. He'll sit in the pocket, he'll read, he'll make the right reads, and then he's like, okay, I got to make a play. He's been stuck in this. I don't know, like a zombie out there. Crazy.
Yeah. All right. Next game, night game, huge game. KC versus Tampa. Tampa is favored by 1. I believe this game will be going off in Tampa. I
Hmm.
know they were talking about moving this game, but this game is going to be at Tampa. Total is 46. I believe Godwin is up to play for this game.
Yep.
Um, I don't really have a play on this one. I think it should be the line makes sense. It's a pick 'em. Um, I'm kind of lean Tampa here. I think just because their defense is a little bit more stout. I think those line. I mean, Kelsey's a matchup nightmare for anybody, but I think they can at least slow this offense down. We saw this offense have some issues last week against the Colts, so I would lean Tampa here.
Um, I'm going. I've got Kansas City and closing out my teasers. I got them at plus like 7. I got them a couple of different places.
Oh, okay,
Um,
so
so
you
yeah,
teased up.
I teased them up. They're going to be closing out, and it's a night game. I close out. I can get an opportunity to hedge my bets too. Hopefully, it'll be the
Correct.
last leg of some big ones. I mean, I think last week for Kansas City it was a wake up call the way they played in Indianapolis, the way they closed out that game, not taking advantage. Travis Kelsey dropped a big touchdown that would have probably took iced the game. Special teams was a disaster. I know Buckner's been out. They got the other kid coming in here. He looked like he lost a little bit of confidence throughout that game against Indianapolis. So it was a lot of miscommunication within that team last week. So I think they kind of regrouped. Andy Reid got his team probably back on track and ready to play against Tom Brady, who hasn't been doing well as far as putting points on the board for Tampa Bay. I mean, what have they done? What have Tampa Bay done? I know they've been injured, right? But even before that, they just haven't done anything. Let me just see how many points they've scored. And you're going to have to
Not a
score
lot.
against the Chiefs defense.
19, 20, and 12.
Yeah, get that shit out of here when you're playing the Chiefs. Get that out of here. Now, defensively, I know they're tight, but, you know, Patrick Mahomes is a tough beast. And this line is short, right?
Real
So you got
short.
Tampa Bay at home, only minus 1.5. I mean, I like Kansas City out right here. I would do probably money line here for Kansas City.
Mm.
Tampa Bay had a lot to deal with. I don't even think they practiced at home. I think they was in Miami. A lot of hurricane stuff, the families, making sure everybody's okay. It's just a lot of distractions for them here. Give me Kansas City, but they're definitely in my teasers
Yeah, I
also.
was about to say I would be on the teasers for sure. I like KC in the teaser. All right, so let me put that down. So we already have our one teaser set. We have our 10-point teaser. Let's do a KC 2-team teaser. Let's do KC plus the 7. Well, it would be 7.5 if you do a 5-point, which would be a better look.
Well, we could do a separate 3-team teaser too. We can go Green Bay, go Kansas City.
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead. That makes sense.
yeah, Green Bay, Kansas City, and do we go Buffalo or Baltimore here? What side do you go on, or do you go Chicago or New York Giants? Oh
uh,
no, or at Dallas. Put Dallas in there.
Dallas.
Yep, 10-point teaser. So you got Kansas City,
Yeah, yeah,
Green
yeah,
Bay,
yeah.
Dallas.
Against the Commanders. Yeah. So what? Get Dallas to 7 plus 7.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't lose by plus. They don't lose by 7 at home.
Fuck no,
Yeah, Dallas doesn't lose by 7 at home.
not against Carson Wentz.
Yeah, not against once. Yeah, I like that. All right, cool, cool. I like that. All right, last game, Monday night game. We have possibly what a lot of people has as a prop bet, a Super Bowl preview here.
Hmm.
The Los Angeles Rams traveling to San Fran. San Fran is favorite minus 1.5. Total was 42.5.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure about this Rams team. Yeah, I thought this Ram team would probably be the better team in the NFC. A little bit of Super Bowl hangover here. But there's a reason why San Fran went to Trey Lance. They needed to get more explosion from that offense. Even though I think Garoppolo is the safer play at quarterback, but they know what his ceiling is, and he can only go so far. So I would actually lean the dog here, and even take a little bit of that money line. Now, obviously, we got to go through the week, see what our plays look like, and start the new week on Monday. But I would lean to the dog here, and I would actually probably, Los Angeles is going to close out a lot of teasers. Just like on Sunday night, KC will close out a lot of teasers. I think the Rams are going to close out a lot of teasers. You can get a lot of two team or even hey, KC and the Rams tease them, two team teaser, bang, right there. KC and the Rams tease them up, and get them over the key number. I don't think San Fran beats the Rams by a touchdown. So I would lean here to the Rams, but I gotta wait and to see how the day goes. But the one thing that's kind of scaring me here in this game is that Stafford's got 5 picks to 4 touchdowns, which is not good. He's turning the ball over way too much, and there's some of that once again, some of that kind of Super Bowl hangover with this team here. They are still 2-1, division game. I actually have them winning the division too. Lost, got beat up by the Bills, beat the Falcons, and beat the Cardinals pretty handily. Going on the road here to the Niners. Like I said, I would lean Rams and key up Cooper Cup. Anything Cooper Cup prop wise, key it up. Receptions, yards, touchdowns. It's almost like automatic at
It
this
is.
point.
Anytime touchdown, put Cooper Cup in there. I don't care for the rest of the year.
Right.
Anytime touchdown is just put it in there. I don't care if he doesn't get one. You'll make your money at the end of the day. It's
And
a
he's
long haul.
minus 116. Come on, man.
Just put
That's
it
not
in
even
there.
typical for
Auto play for sure.
auto play. My favorite Cooper Cup, as
Yeah,
Mac Daddy.
I'm all over the Rams here.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
I
I like
mean,
the
plus
Rams
one
here.
and a half again. I mean, I did plus one or minus 1.5, either or. I like the Rams a lot here. They get a couple extra days to kind of regroup, get themselves together. I think offensively, some injuries have hit 49ers. That offensive tackle that went down is going to be huge for San Fran. I don't think
Oh,
they
Trent
can.
Williams.
Yeah, Trent Williams. I don't think they can recover from that. You're talking about arguably one of the best left tackles in football uh, for the past decade.
Yeah,
Um,
that is huge.
so I don't think they can recruit from that. We've seen what happened as soon as he went down and how offensively they could not get their run game started. They could not do anything last week against Denver Broncos. I think the same happens here. I think the Rams got a little bit of a rest. They get it together. They're a better team all the way around. And that defense is going to get after Jimmy Garoppolo. So I would look at Jimmy Garoppolo's unders, and then at the same time take the Rams, and then probably look at Debo Samuel's maybe overs in some of his things. I'll have to look on Monday, but I like the Rams a lot.
Only those you got the Falcons over. I'm assuming that RL means, yeah, that's a baseball term. When it says run line, I'm assuming that means money line. So you
Mhm.
got the Falcons over, Pittsburgh money line, Ravens money line, Eagles money line, Eagles over, Panthers money line, Packers over, Chiefs under, and Bucks money line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 pays? 1, 2, 3. See, that's so for me with the parlays. When we do parlays, man, I try to keep it under at least four, like 3 to 4 picks. I can't be doing these scratchy ticket 10 team, 9 team parlays. Now we seeing people hit them, right? We're seeing people hit millions of dollars, but I think the one guy hit a $3 million parlay,
Mm.
right? But me and B Diddy were talking about, which is it's ridiculous to hit a 3 million parlay. Let's get that out the way. It's just ridiculous. I don't care how much money you're doing, but his volume has to be at least like 10 parlays. Now the one he put up is the one that hit, and he put it up way before he hit it. So kudos to him. I applaud you, sir. I applaud you, right? Because I don't know anybody else doing that. And the best bettors in the world are straight bettors. But that conversation is obviously changing because these parlays are coming more and more. People are getting more efficient, getting more close, and they're betting with volume. They have the banking in the back to do it, and they're just hitting. So, kudos to that guy for doing it. But on the same note, that's tough, man. Like you put it, you got it. You have to like this bet that you have up here, bro. Like you're gonna have to do this a couple of times, in different variations before that for that can hit, in my opinion. Like it's just really luck of the draw, a scratchy lottery scratchy ticket if you hit this on one run. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to a slot machine, put in $20 and hitting 10 grand. You know what I mean? On the first wheel too. You know what I'm saying? So just tough for me to give a side on a lot of plays like this, man. So, but going with what we talked about, taking your plays, Packers money line. Obviously, we would like. We like the Chiefs money line. B Diddy make a great point. Kind of switch my value. So, out of the plays you have, Chiefs money line, Packers money line, and I'm okay with the Eagles money line in there. That's how I would break that down and take those 3 money line plays. Eagles money line, Packers money line, and Chiefs money line. Now it's not going to pay out 10, probably 15 or 30 to 1 like this play does, or even 40 to 1. I'll probably pay out like 4 or 5 to 1, but I take that. You know what I mean? I'll take that.
The keys of those big parlays are the upsets are included, right? So those plus money plays are the ones that boost those things way up.
For sure.
So
for sure.
That's the gamble, getting those plus money plays and making sure you're getting the right plays there is the ones that.
Yeah. All right, let's close up real quick. I'll recap all the plays and then we'll get out of here. So we have an agreement to keep the teaser play alive. The teaser plays alive with me and B Diddy since last week. We were 3-0. Let's go ahead. We have 2, 3 team 10-point teasers. We have the under in the Pittsburgh Jets game at under 55. We have the under in the Giants and I forget the other team they're playing. Giants game at 48.5. And then we have Green Bay. And then we have another one for Green Bay, KC, and Dallas. And then looking at these prop plays, I'm on Jalen Hurts over. I'm on Chubb scoring. I do like Cleveland, but we're going to scratch that. We like Robinson to score. I like that. And then we have Hall, Bateman we're taking. B. Diddy's on Barkley. We're both on Pollard, total receiving, rushing and receiving. Straight play, B. Diddy has Dallas. I'm on – I don't like that, how that went down, so I might scratch that. Local kid, shout out to Cookstown. Craig Reynolds, total over. It's going to be a play for us as well. And then Cooper Kupp, auto play for him to score a touchdown. All right, so those are all the plays. I want to appreciate everybody staying on with us. Kind of long pod, but make sure that you guys like, subscribe, follow the play, hit the like button, hit the notification button. We do drop same game parlays throughout the week. We do drop plays, so you got to go follow some Money Pop Podcast and make sure you get all those plays. For myself, Moss Money, for the homie B Diddy, may the gambling gods bless you in all your plays, and make sure you tag us in any plays. We are out. Let's go, Birds. Good luck.
Here we go, E.A. Let's go! This ain't the fuck night! Oh, this game he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's